Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be testing Black Myth Wukong on the RX 6700 XT and the Ryzen 5 5600. Now last time I did test this game with the RX 5700 XT, but now since I've changed the graphics card, I would like to see the performance on the RX 6700 XT. And without any further ado, let me show you the settings. We'll be testing multiple settings, but now we are currently at 1080p and with VSync off, motion blur at the weak, and then we are using 100% super resolution, TSR, ray tracing off, and then graphic preset on high. And right off the bat, we're getting about 63 FPS here. Last time, if I'm not mistaken, I was standing here getting around like 40 to 50. And we see a little bit of improvement, about 20% or so. And I've actually completed the game now. Okay, I didn't undervolt the card, so we are running at stock 185 watts. It should be. This is the high preset, right? Okay, that's just like one hit. I'm too OP. Okay, we are getting about 50-ish FPS on the high preset. Can't quite get 60 yet. So yeah, it's about just 50, sometimes even drops to the 40. On here, looking at the water, getting about 44, 45. VRAM usage, we're about 7.5 GB, and then yeah, the GPU is consistently being utilized above 95%. So we have no bottlenecks. Yeah, so that's high settings. We're getting about 50 FPS-ish, right? And then we'll probably drop it down now to medium settings. Still not quite playable with, I mean, it's playable, but still can't get about 60 FPS with the RX 6700 XT. I guess the game is just very, very demanding. Okay, now we are on medium settings. Okay, on medium settings, we're getting a lot higher FPS actually. Okay, just finish loading things up. Yep. Okay, we're getting 60 to 70, which is a lot. And I must say, the texture looks sharper on medium settings because you're getting higher FPS, I think. So you don't really get that much shimmering at all. Okay, let's look at the water. Okay, we dropped to 50 FPS, but it's still playable, I guess. I mean, if you don't really want to utilize frame gen, I think you can play on medium settings. But yeah, it doesn't look that good. Texture looks very, very dull. Look at that. Let's look at this rock, for example. Yeah. Texture doesn't look very good, but you're getting 60, so this is very nice actually. Medium settings is very playable, definitely. Wow. Yes. Okay, we stutters here and there. let's continue towards this area. Okay, we have a lot of stutters. I think it's because like change the settings. Yeah, we still have drops below 60 FPS, but so far so good. Oops. Oh yeah, that's terrible. On RAM, I'm using 16 gigs of RAM, and the game only utilizes about 12 gigs. During my playthrough on this game, on chapter 3 where the area is just snow, it's actually very demanding, and it's a lot more demanding. If I were to play on high settings, I'll probably get around like 30 FPS ish. But yeah, I mean, this is medium settings, very playable, right? Okay, now let's try low settings. Try cinematic later. Okay, on low settings we are hitting about 90 FPS, and the game looks very bad. As you can see, like the shadow flickering, I don't know, and it pops up, the popping on distance. Look at that, shadows on distance. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. We're getting about 80 FPS to 90 FPS. Which is playable, but doesn't really look that good. With low settings, like, oh, not good. GPU temperature about 73 degrees, pretty hot actually. Maybe the hotspot is about 80 to 90 degrees. But you shouldn't be worrying about this card too much because it's got like a really huge cooler on it, so it doesn't really matter anyway. It should run particularly cool. Okay. Now let's try cinematic. Right. I'm just curious. Actually, I haven't tried the settings. Okay, on cinematic we are getting about 28 FPS, which is really demanding. I think it's because of ray tracing, right? Look at that. The water is very noisy. The reflection. This is not even path tracing. We won't even be trying that kind of settings because it's pointless. Oh yeah, that doesn't look too good. How about if we just turn down the resolution scale to 67%, which is like quality, was it? FSR or DLSS? I mean, we got a few FPS. Like, a few. From 28 to 33, 30. Just so, like 5 FPS or 6, not even 10, so. Oh, but the game looks really good though. On cinematic. Look at that. Look at the lighting. And look at the textures. This is like... Some texture still looks meh. But I think it looks very good. Not gonna lie. Okay. Let's try... with frame generation. Okay, with FSR we are getting 60 obviously, but it looks very blurry because we are at 67% resolution scale. And like, look at that noisy water. Just so much noise here. VRAM usage, we are about 8 gigabytes. Yeah, I mean, you could probably play like this, but it looks so bad. Okay, what if we actually put it to the max here? Okay, looks much better, but we're at 50 FPS now. So this is cinematic with frame generation, but the water is still bothering me. It's like, it's a very noisy. There's a lot of artifacts going on with the water. 47 FPS, 48. Yeah, that's just 20 FPS basically, and input lag was terrible. Not recommended to play like this. Okay, now let's try very high settings. So we'll turn off frame generation, and then we'll just turn it on like this. Okay, now we're getting about 35. Right. Vegetation still looks good. The water is still a little bit noisy, but not as much. It looks fine now. Can't go there. Yeah. Oh, 28 FPS. That is not very good. Oh yeah, that's not very good, guys. Getting about 30 FPS. It's almost no difference from cinematic. Now let's try turning this down to 67, and then click like that. Okay. Now we're getting a little bit more playable frames actually. The input still feels terrible. Not really recommended, I guess, to play like this, right? Okay. Now let's turn on frame generation and see if it helps. It does. It feels a lot smoother, but it's also blurry and artifacts everywhere. Man, hope FSR 4 can be implemented in like the old cards, because it looks nice, you know, FSR 4 compared to these like upscaling tech that doesn't even make sense. It looks really bad, especially on 1080p. Okay, now don't know. Okay, we're at 65 for some reason, not 67. Yeah, look at that around the character when you just pan the camera. That looks so bad. Okay, so we know that even with the upgrade from the 5700 XT to the 6700 XT, we still couldn't play on the absolute high, not absolute, but like on high settings, right? It's still somewhat lagging. So this is high settings, 100% resolution scale with FSR. We started to see GPU bottleneck. here, 90% utilization, 80, 89, 90, but we're getting about 70 FPS, and the water is still noisy. But yeah, this is very playable settings, but again, it does not look as good as very high and cinematic, but it's still acceptable, you know, the visuals. I think it looks nice. Okay, now we are back with the hardware unboxed optimized settings. This is performance optimized settings. Let me show you. So we're still at 1080p. We are still utilizing TSR. Frame generation is off. Graphics preset is set to custom. So we have view distance on quality, AA and post effects quality on cinematic, texture visual on cinematic, hair quality on medium, vegetation is on high, GI is on medium, and reflection quality is on high. So we're getting about almost 60 FPS with these settings, but it does it looks good, it looks fine. The water is still the same as it is, but yeah, this is almost identical to high settings performance, I think. If we're just like running around, yeah, it's pretty identical to high settings. This is the performance presets, right? So I think the difference between the quality and performance is just like the hair on high and then the global illumination on high also. Maybe vegetation on cinematic, I forgot how it was, but yeah. So about 50 FPS, still can't get about 60. Personally, I'll probably use frame generation though. Let's try frame generation now. There you go. Yeah, it feels much better, but we're also getting into that CPU bottleneck territory where the GPU won't even push more FPS because of the CPU. So yeah, a lot of rabbits. That's cool. Okay, let's just continuing on. We'll just play for a bit. Man, this game looks really good, not gonna lie. I'm just one-shotting everything because I have like the OPS weapon out there. Have I been here before? I have, yeah. Let's not come here. Oh no, this is the only way, I think. Yeah. Okay. So either you can play with the high preset and turn on frame generation for most optimized experience, or you can use the hardware unbox performance preset, I guess. Let me check something. Why don't I have the relics? Never mind. Okay. Settings looks really good, by the way. I mean, the first chapter of this game is special. I think they really put like a lot of time to this level because it looks really nice. Okay, I think I'll end the video here, guys. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. And yeah, I know I've just been like uploading the same game again, but hey, I've been playing this game for a while now, and I feel like I really want to upload this game testing for this game on the new graphics card, because I just really like the game. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.